let's talk about the huge thing that's currently plaguing our world right now, which is Manwha, the most addicting thing to ever exist. And today I'll be explaining why Manhwa sucks. You'll see what I mean after a while, but Manhwa is a very addicting thing that shouldn't be that addicting. Like, it's not even good either. It's not on, like, no One Piece level of writing, no Bleach or Naruto level of art or anything. It's mediocre in every single way or form. It still leaves you there reading every single new chapter, old chapter, and everything. Makes you wonder what's going on, what's going to happen, and everything. Manhwa is probably the worst thing that ever happened to Korea in like general, but the best thing that ever happened to them at the same time. Which leads me to my first point. Manhwa was mainly made for the goal of money, not made for the goal of making a good story or making a good entertainment for people. It's made for making a bag, and it has made Korea the biggest bag to the point where other countries are actually taking the concept of manhwa and putting it there. It's a very simple thing to make, which doesn't have the best art style and everything, and it's in like a water page format. And the story is not really that complicated, and you still have millions of viewers every single day and a very dedicated fan base. Fun fact: most of manhwa aren't even made by individuals trying to make a bag or a good story. Most manhwa are mass produced by companies or industries trying to make a really big bag off of just remaking the same show over and over again. And viewers don't really notice this, so they continue reading these different shows, recommending these different shows to different people, saying they're different shows when they actually just aren't. They're the same thing redone over and over again. I get the appeal and some persons liking it, but it's very exploitative on how they do the whole manhwa system and how manhwa works. Which leads on to my second point. Manhwa has very dedicated fan base. As a manhwa reader myself who loves certain manhwa and everything, manhwa has a really dedicated fan base, especially boy love manhwa or something like that, which I'm not really into. It's kind of iffy. No kink shaming, but anything, but very dedicated fan bases. I recently talked to my friend about an actual manhwa, and we got into an argument for like 2 hours, debating on which manhwa was better, which one had a better story, and everything. We sat there for 2 hours talking about manhwa, and even though the creator did not spend any time on this manhwa and barely worked on it, we still sat there for 2 hours doing all this other stuff. Manhwa communities are very toxic, at the same time being very wholesome, which lead to, like, if you were to diss a specific manhwa, your whole comment section being filled with hate from that specific manhwa fan base. Manhwa fan bases are almost as toxic as anime fan bases, which are like a 10 times bigger scale than manhwa fan bases. Pretty impressive thing. Which brings me to my last point, manhwa itself. When you read a manhwa, you don't really read it for the manhwa being entertaining in a good way. You read it for the manhwa being so bad that it's good. And when you actually do read a good one doesn't really last for long. A good one lasts for a couple chapters, couple doesn't reach as long as the ones that are garbage that have like 700 chapters to it. And a light novel with extra 2,000 chapters with a whole 14 million people fan base with another 700 things to do and everything. That's why I personally don't like most manhwa, because they're garbage, but I still end up reading the whole thing. Manhwa itself does not take itself seriously. I feel like more manhwa creators or manhwa, whatever you want to call them, would they take their show seriously, or not the show, their book seriously, they could get anime or something like Lookism. Lookism got so big that it actually got its own anime. The anime wasn't even that bad. I haven't read Lookism, so I can't compare it to the book, but the anime is not even that bad. Art style's good, animation's good. They actually had a good studio and everything. I think Lookism was a really good thing, a really good example for this. The same with some other stuff that I actually did get. Well, the Tower of God didn't have the best adaptation, but it had a really good one too. I thought, yeah, I think it's going to be the second season. Same with Soul Leveling. If they were to get to that point where like they were actually taking their manga seriously, they could probably get to like a bigger point. They just worried about what's going to happen now and the clout they're getting now and the money they're getting now. Which that concludes my rant. Thank you for actually listening. And if you really want more channels like mine or anything, me and my friends have started a Discord server. You can find people like Toaster, Tempest, Captain, Sam, and some other people on there. Hope you enjoyed this video. Discord link will be in the description. Thank you guys. See you later.